we
it
are.
slow because he knows he has such a huge lead, doesn't need to take risks.
Okay, E4.
5.
And D4
Yes.
was
He switched to this today.
what he's done against
Scotch.
Wesley.
Knight F6. Let's see.
And again, this knight D2. It hasn't brought him success, but he keeps...
Is it possible we'll have exact same draw as against Wesley?
Probably not, no. And also, Brinier just goes bishop d5 instead of d5, so we're going to get a completely different position.
Board.
Maybe just actually drop it back to... Whoa! They both appear to know something about this.
Yeah.
This is not a theoretical line?
Yeah,
I have 18 games.
I think it probably is, yeah.
Yeah.
I just wasn't aware of it. And I mean, this is a very, very massive kind of a change of scenery because black is a pawn up. You can argue maybe even a healthy pawn up. White probably goes queen d2 castles long now and expects white to castle short, expects black to castle short and go for some kind of an attack on the king's side. Bishop pair is always nice to have, but black is a pawn up. I'm expecting knight e6 as Yasser is.
Exactly. Knight e6, queen d2, castles, okay.
g6,
d5.
4, I guess, maybe.
Okay, queen d4, knight
Yeah, the
e6.
inclusion of queen e7, queen d4 doesn't change very much. I guess the queen drops back to c3. c3 seems to be like a good square for it.
Yeah, c3, you're kind of patrolling a5, kind of patrolling g7.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stopping d6 to a degree, because you have to
c5,
watch out.
d6, bishop b7. That looks like a nice setup.
Yeah. A 4 or 5 is going to start coming in quite soon, though.
That is
Probably
for sure.
first going to see castles.
Yeah.
Then maybe rook b8 or something like that, and then...
We had a U.S. Olympic team captain, Pal Benko, famous grandmaster from Hungary. And Pal, I'm going to the games, he would say, okay, develop your pieces, secure your king, stay ahead on the clock. And I was like, yes, I got this.
Move 12.
Yeah, exactly. I got this, pal. Okay, castles. Okay, I'm a pawn down, Peter.
Yeah.
But compensation.
A5, queen b4. I want to trade queens so I don't get mated.
A5, queen b4.
I think probably gets met by a3. I
Just
like your
A3.
idea so much, I think I'm not allowing it at all.
And c5.
c5 chosen. Bishop c4, I guess either d6 or bishop b7. I don't think we care about the pawn on c5 all that much if we get to take one of the bishops off the board.
I'm definitely all about bishop b7 here. I like bishop b7.
I don't think there's...
I was a little bit worried about f4. Whoa.
H4, different pawn push.
Yeah.
I was really much more worried about this
Maybe
guy.
he wants rook h3, rook g3.
Yeah. h5 and then a rook lift. I very much like this, yeah.
H5 and then a rook left. Are you playing the pawn? Are you playing white pawn down?
I
Are you
am. I also
playing-
like his time. He has more time than he started with.
Yes, that's an indication that right there that he's comfortable.
Should be 7. I think I am including h5 because
Yeah, H5.
he isn't though. The rook lift happens immediately.
Immediately.
The big question is, does black have time to play rook a d8
And then d5, right?
and try to play d5?
But that's
I
the
am
big
very
question.
worried though because there
big
are
question
a
for
number of
me
things you
was-
have to calculate.
Bishop takes
that's scary.
g2.
No, we're not
Rook-
taking on g2.
Bishop takes g2, rook g3, bishop back to e4, dropping back to g6.
There's h5 always.
I
Yeah.
really
pawns for
don't think
these.
we're opening the g file for all the rooks. It's better enough there will be one rook on the g file.
By the way, that's
Hang on,
why I
what
didn't
is happening?
like.
d5. What is the?
That's why I didn't like d6
Bishop
because
h6.
he's playing rook to
F6.
d8, an indication that he's ready to play d5, d4.
And then there's no fork. We can just move the bishop away. Yeah,
But
that's.
still looks good at d5 for black.
Well, we played rook a d8. We might as well. I mean, that's why we played rook a d8 for.
So what are we doing? d5, bishop h6, right?
Yeah, you
And
have to play f6, I assume. Bishop d3, probably.
6. Hold on. Pause. What is it? Hold on.
Are you trying to play d takes c4? Tell me you're not trying to play
no.
d takes c4.
Trying to play
no.
d4 maybe.
No.
No, but I want to kick the bishop away
okay,
from c4.
f6.
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
bishop d3. There is some move rook e1, but I think then maybe I can take the bishop.
Rook e1. Oh.
Yeah, with the idea of, I don't know. Rook
Yeah.
e1
Rook
actually
e1
maybe is a serious move.
By the way, we know Linear loves to, and he's done it, d5, bishop h6, the players.
Yeah.
We know that Linear loves to get behind on the clock, but He's
He has
several
spent almost
minutes
almost
on
4 minutes, while Levon has only spent 5 seconds.
Yeah. In the battle of people
seconds.
who are doing well so far today, Gukesh is much better against Nordebek.
Wow.
Ooh, okay.
But we're staying with this. This is a fun position.
By the way, once again, F7, F6, Nasi.
Let's try rookie one.
He's
gone G6.
Sacrificing the exchange.
Okay.
Whoa, whoa,
No, but
whoa,
then the white is
So-
just doing very
Well, I
well.
don't know. The central
Hold on.
pawns are nice.
H4 pawn is hanging too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, getting
what
rid
am
of
I
that
getting?
bishop makes sense. It was a very annoying bishop on h6.
Okay, so
I think he has compensation.
bishop takes F8,
Queen f8.
queen, or yeah.
And then when you move the bishop, you're right, yes, or h4 is hanging, queen h6 check, we take on h4.
F6 was playable, and it was better. G6 is the second best move, but it absolutely is second best because you can just take on F8 and
by the way, what
you will be better.
what you called second best, I saw got an orange bubble on this side of the
Yeah,
studio.
but we know this engine is very harsh. With
Yes.
those-
Queen takes F8 as advertised. So he's thinking, I'm a pawn up. Your bishop is hanging. Linear says, I'm going to get a second pawn if I want it. Check. Pick up
Oh,
the
yeah,
H
that would
pawn.
be second pawn.
But where is that bishop going to?
I'm trying to find a good square. B5 maybe?
B5?
I don't want to put it on D3.
Knight to D4? Knight to F4?
Why not take the pawn on H4?
Yeah. I was playing the game of harassing.
Yeah, Queen H6 check takes H4 is also maybe... I mean, it's brave. You have to make sure you don't blunder Rook H3 takes H7 and then Rook H1 mate. I'm not sure.
You could include D4 then.
Yeah, you can throw
to
in
avoid that
D4
mate.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. I noticed
Just
the...
in case.
Here it
hang on,
comes.
Rook H3? Where does the queen go?
2.
Rook H7?
D4.
Ah, D4 then. Yeah,
No,
D4
no,
then.
But then Queen H3?
Queen H3.
Knight G5. Ah, no, Knight G5, have H8 and H6 as checks. Levon doesn't even entertain
Maybe king
any
runs to E7.
Bishop to G4 immediately, by the way.
time to play G4. I think the bishop on B7 needs to be in the game. Time to play G4. Queen probably goes to A3, I would expect.
A3.
Or A5, yeah, one of those two. Yeah,
A5,
I missed A5. A5 isn't even
Anything
lost.
wrong with B3? Because Bishop D5, right?
Simply Bishop D5.
Yeah, that's unpleasant.
You would have preferred B3, but
Yeah.
Well, A5
I like
just
A5.
hits a lot of units, right? C7.
That's the
ding,
choice.
Ding, 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 you know.
that's
Okay,
the
but bishop to
choice.
D5.
Maybe just take on E6 and take on C6. Which pawns do we take? C7 first, right?
Maybe
But then
C5 first.
C4. So
Yeah,
I'm expecting
Levon
that
reaching,
to
oh,
be
sorry,
Linear is
Linear
only
reaching for the
16
queen.
seconds.
Yeah, goes for Bishop D5. I think we start
16
collecting. Yeah.
seconds. That's no time. He's not going to get, he's only getting 2-second increments. He's not going to build up any fat on the clock, so to speak. He's not getting
No.
any increment.
Not at all.
Yeah, I think it's C5 because
C5.
G4 is the more
C5.
important one.
Yeah, C5.
Yeah. If you take on
C4.
C7, I thought maybe Rook D5 F5 could create some counterplay, which is why you do this instead.
By the
Queen
way, I
F4.
really like the way Levon has played it so far. It's been very, very impressive.
Yeah, you can throw in B2, B3 just to not have to think about the back rank at some point. Although I'm sure there's nothing wrong with Queen takes A7.
Any takers for Queen E5? Just
Yes.
kind of re-centralizing the queen,
Yes.
you know, just reminding Black that he's weakened his king side.
And just as soon as I said Gukesh is much better, he started doing unspeakable things to his position and is now much worse.
Oh dear. Oh dear. That's not
Wow,
good.
Nordirbeck could jump to second place soon.
By the way, I just realized that after B3, I was a little bit worried about Bishop F5 and D3, but Queen takes F5 is a good answer.
Because
Rook
on Queen
E1,
G3 there is Queen D7.
Yes.
a move we have not mentioned, but also taking away some squares. I don't think with
6, 5, 4, Queen D8.
all the way back to D8, maybe to have Rook D5 as an option.
Maybe he wants to push D3 also.
Yeah, that
Yes.
as well. Yeah,
Yes.
that as well.
5 seconds cannot
I'm
be
not
enough
sure
for
about
this
Rook
position.
E1. Why did he? Okay, I'm all about pawn grabbing. Queen takes A7.
It's a good pawn for the future
D3.
endgames. Yeah,
I can even include Bishop F5.
I'll
After,
come
yeah.
back
Yeah.
and tickle
Queen G5.
queen g5.
Queen f8 from Linier, keeping things under wraps. Yeah, rook d5.
Queen
You
f6.
badly want to play rook d5 and c5 as black, then they're here somewhere if you can.
Mm-hmm.
Queen f6.
Rook d6, I think that's...
Rook d6, I
Just
could also
kind of
maybe spend the tempo on
eviction.
c5, but rook d6 is very strong. Yeah, I like your suggestion there.
Yeah, kind of an eviction.
Yeah, no,
Okay, a3, b3, something useful over there?
Not so easy to play with white because black does have threats and counterplay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I think you're distracted by the 5 seconds on the clock.
Yes.
You keep on thinking, come on, just lose on time already.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I think black needs to somehow h6, h5 to get out of these rook takes h7 businesses when I have a queen on f6, right? Levon is
He's in
using
deep think,
all of his
yes.
precious clock. Huh?
He still has more than exactly 1 extra minute. So.
Yeah.
But let's say queen f6.
Okay, he has gone queen f6. Something to be said for a5. What?
What happened?